Sports. Good morning. Welcome to the Hardcore Mortgage Real Estate Business Show, brought to you by Capital Mortgage Funding. I'm your host, Harvey Freed. Alongside of me, we've got a panel this morning. Alex Nafusi, Harry Glanz with Capital Mortgage, Noah Bishop-Cohn from Real Estate One and Max Brook office out in West Bloomfield. Good morning, gentlemen.
How's it going?
What's up, you guys? How you doing? Did I make a loud entrance?
You definitely announced
I always
your
make an
presence in
entrance.
2 seconds,
You know how that
man.
works.
Sort of crashing Jeff Lesson's little sports update there, Harry. But you are here and you got here, and the roads are not pretty at all.
Jeff Lesson's very good at what he does. I think he's very angry with me right now.
He is unhappy with you. But I'm telling you, it is like for like a laid back show, like the last show of the year, Christmas, Hanukkah, like happy family time. That drive here, I mean, it's 20 minutes. It is like intense, full throttle. It's not me, because you guys know I'm a good driver. It's the people around you. You get in. It's just like, I mean, it's like NASCAR.
So I was one of those people around you today, going weaving in and out, going 97 miles an hour.
Are you the guy driving in the middle lane, passing people?
Middle lane,
the
what
passing
lane?
I'm
There were
driving
no
down
lanes.
Northwestern coming here earlier, and guy takes a shoulder in a pickup truck, flies right by me because I'm doing 35.
He's in a hurry. Let him
was
go.
me.
I got a good idea. Let's go old school. If you want to drive a little slower, move it over to the right-hand side,
That's
right?
cool.
Take it easy, and let a little bit of the faster drivers, or those four-wheel drives, or whatever you got out there, Harry, some tanks.
SUVs.
I got that big truck, brother. You have to have that
The
four-wheel drive.
snowmobile.
We live in Michigan. Today is the official first day of winter. Do you see what's going on out there? It's crazy.
I got to use snow mode in my. I don't even know what it does. It's just called snow mode. I used it today for the first time.
You don't even know what
I
it
don't know what it
is.
does.
Gentlemen, like you said, Alex, that was our last show for 2013. We have tons to share with you. There's changes in the mortgage world. There's new loan limits. We brought Noah Bishop-Cohn, obviously, to talk purchases and what's going on in the real estate market. It's exciting. There's a lot of new programs out there, including the 5% down, all gifted on a conventional loan program that we have. So tons of stuff to share with you. 248-539-9797. We'll wake you up, and if you'd like to join the show and give us your thoughts on what's going on in your mortgage world or real estate world, we definitely want to hear from you. Mortgage rates still fantastic. Many of the analysis is looking ahead to next Fed meeting coming up next Wednesday. I think things are a little scary out there. On the other hand, Treasuries traded in a narrow range yesterday. The 30-year fix still around 4 5/8%. Again, if you want a lower rate, you can get it. You pay discount points, more in closing costs. If you want a higher rate, you sometimes can come off those closing costs a little bit. So a lot of information that you need to know if you're going to become a first-time home buyer, even if you did it before. That's one of the things we're hearing. Noah, so many buyers now are coming back to us, and Alex, we see the same thing, Harry. They're going, wait a minute, you guys didn't ask for this stuff last time, and not only that, the paperwork, the closing packages are thicker, there's more people involved. Things have changed.
Wait a minute. The part where, I've got 10 mortgages from you, Harry and Harvey and Alex, and Noah's a realtor, and you guys never asked for this stuff before part. Here's the story. The rules have changed. We say it all the time. Back in the day when, you didn't have to get everything, you didn't have to verify tax returns with the IRS through a 4506 form, we need every piece of documentation now, okay? The good news is the rules are the same for everybody. So everybody has to go through the same thing. And yes, can it be painstaking? Well, if you set yourself up and your borrower's up for success up front, and that includes the realtor, that includes the mortgage people, you need to get all that documentation in. And there's no skirting the issue. There's no, can't you just sign off on the file anymore? It doesn't work that way anymore.
What I started doing, we talk about the documentation all the time, and I'm not piling on it, but what I've done is I said, listen, man, send me an email. I want you to copy your CPA and your financial advisor. Send it to me and say, hey, Mr. Freed, hey, Mr. Glanz, I'm refinancing with Alex Nafusi. Whatever he needs, just send it to him. And I try to take the client not out of the equation, but I try to make it as easy as possible for them and not bug them with it, because it is a lot of documentation, and you don't have to do all that. I mean,
exactly.
I'll do it for you.
If you're getting bad information from someone else, again, deal with the people that are professionals, and that's what we always guide you to. Dealing with more professionals when you're purchasing a house takes the stress out of it. We brought, of course, Noah in to talk about a lot of these things. The firm approval letter, Noah, there's no way you're driving around, especially with, what do you got, 7 showings today, and there's about 4 to 5 inches coming down. You don't want to drive folks around at $4 a gallon of gas and find out that they're not qualified for the mortgage, or they have some hiccup or something going on in their credit. We urge everyone, if you're listening, 248-539-9797, get that approval letter in your hands. More importantly, deal with local professionals. Let us run your credit. There might be something on there that we could fix up a little bit and move that credit score up, making your new mortgage a little bit more affordable. So we always like to share in that information also. We are going to be talking about home purchasing, going old school here, purchasing 101. It's not really a day like you'd think that you'd go out and look at homes, but maybe it is.
I think Noah's pretty busy. I'm going to tell you why. In November, home sales came out in Oakland County. Oakland County's extremely busy. And Noah, I'm going to ask you the first question of the day. What is the average length of time right now that when you see a house going up on the market, somebody lists their house in your area, and I want you to explain what your area of expertise is in Oakland County. You know, what we're being told by all of our realtor friends, if the property's in good shape, if it's marketable right away, it's going to sell pretty quickly.
Absolutely. I mean, right now our inventory is still at an all-time low. I mean, we're still down about 30% based on last year. That being said, we still have a lot of buyers. A lot of people are coming back to Michigan. Our economy's doing well. So with that happening, driving price values up, if properties are in prime time, good looking, they're going, I'm telling you, less than 30 days. And don't be surprised if you have multiple offers. I mean, it's just so competitive right now. And, with the low inventory happening, it's just increasing everything else to go with it.
That's awesome. That's what we've been saying. And we've said that since January 2012, that in our area, the home buying is phenomenal. And I think, how's your year been?
This is the best year I've had to date in my career due to, obviously, low inventory and rising values. I mean, it's just a busy market, and everybody's back to buying a house.
So when you're prepping your you're prepping your buyers to go in and make an offer. So everybody wants to say, well, what's a reasonable offer? We've said on this show many times, you can never really insult. There's no such, I don't want to insult a seller of a home. How do you go about prepping your buyers to purchase a home?
It depends on the situation. Whether, obviously us as agents have a lot of information based on what a person knows, how long they've been there, and, obviously based on whether this house is going to sell quick or not, we know. If it's a house in great shape in an area of high demand, let's just say like for downtown Royal Oak, you have a lot of young people coming back, a lot of people want to get in. You got to move quick and you got to be competitive. You can't do those low balls anymore for 15 grand under.
Hopefully we'll see a lot of homes coming on the marketplace, and it's sort of what we're counting on. As much as new construction, we'll talk about that. We've had plenty of builders on this year in 2013, plenty more new construction. Permits, I think, are picking up here in Southeast Michigan. We sort of threw it out there to some of the builders, just build, dig the hole, start framing it up so you got some product to sell come this spring and summer.
I have a few builders that I work with that are just developing by the dozen. I mean, they're not building, they're building subdivisions again. They're developing. I mean, you got the guys in Birmingham doing the new construction, spec homes for $500,000 plus. It's not like, they're risking the money because they know they're going to make it. They know their house is going to sell.
Definitely the location always the most important thing. We'll call it location instead of saying location. Look for signs of economic vitality, of obviously a mixture of young and old families, good incomes in some areas, lower income subdivisions, middle income subdivisions. You can look to see, hey, are they maintaining their properties? Even in less expensive neighborhoods, you take a look to see what's going out there. We're going to talk about curb appeal also, too.
Okay, yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, even those neighborhoods, right now the hottest selling market's under 250. And
right.
Under 250?
Under 250.
Oh, wow. All right.
Right now.
Well, hot. Things in volume that are selling under 250. Absolutely. We see it all the time. Right now, the prime range is between 150 and 250. However, is what can you really get out there in our area, in your area for 250 or under?
Not much of anything anymore. Everything's gone up. So, now that 250 range is now 300.
Right.
But, they're out there, and they're still great deals, and they're still awesome houses in great locations with, everything you want with the good schools, a nice house with the basement, the 2-car garage, the big master suite, updated with some granite countertops.
I'm glad you mentioned that. Good schools. Obviously, you want to check out to find out what's going on, graduation rates. You can always check out a lot of information from professional real estate agents. Again, these are things that you can view houses on the internet, but getting out there, finding out what's going on in each city, and from neighborhood to neighborhood, things else. You've noticed that quite a bit, too, as you've been searching for a house. from neighborhood to neighborhood. There's some differences
Well,
out there.
I mean, it is, and this area where we live in, and I'm certainly not being negative by any means, but there's such a socioeconomical swing in this area. I mean, you go one block to the other. I mean, you're talking like a mile road, north or south of this, east or west of that. And you're talking a completely different type of area, and it's like Noah said. I mean, you're really, it's location. You're really paying for where you want to be. I was out with one of my buddies on Thursday, and we were in Franklin. I forget what we went to a Franklin Grill or something. Great area. I mean, awesome. Guys, it's great house, awesome house. But like for me, like I live in Royal Oak, man. Like it's a half an hour from like all my friends and everything. I mean, it's great house, ton of land, totally awesome. Just far.
We're going to talk
Quality of
about
life issue, man. It's quality of life.
We're going to talk about people like Alex, the millennials out there, and having fun, maybe buying in a downtown city. Well, right when we come back, 248-539-9797.
Live it up in Las Vegas. Non-stop flights from Flint on Southwest Airlines are flying now. Plus, non-stops to Baltimore, Washington, and your Florida favorites. Tampa Bay, Orlando, and Fort Myers. Plus, you can connect on to over 70 low-fare destinations up and down the East Coast and across the map. Book online now, only at Southwest.com.
What do you see? Walsh College grads see and hear business in everything. So when they hear, they think.
The $25 billion golf industry, which requires accounting, marketing, and international trade, features a deep recurring stream of revenue. After all, golf balls get lost.
Oh, no.
A lot. Approximately 300 million times a year.
Walsh grads see business in everything and impact great companies everywhere. Walsh College. See more at livebreathebusiness.org. What do you see? Walsh College grads see and hear business in everything. So when they hear,
pass the ham, please.
They think.
Honey Baked Ham of Michigan, led by a president with 2 Walsh degrees, is an excellent example of entrepreneurship and diversification, expanding its product line to turkey, beef, and pork.
Walsh grads see business in everything and impact great companies everywhere. Walsh College. See more at livebreathebusiness.org.
Pleased? I sure am. I just hired the perfect employee. An employee that'll never call in sick, never ask for a vacation or a new computer, and they don't complain about where their desk is. The new employee? Tryon Solutions. Yeah, TryonWorks.com does everything for me. Payroll services, 401ks, workers' compensation, government compliance, and unemployment claims. And let me tell you, my accountant, who was doing all that stuff plus her own job, she's even happier than I am. Pleased? That isn't a strong enough word. I am so happy I could almost sit down and write a bunch of bonus checks. Did I say that out loud?
The perfect employee. A pool of the most qualified human resource talent on the planet working on your HR issues. Get a free analysis by calling 800-681-WORKS. That's 800-681-9675. Or visit TryonWorks.com. That's TRION Works.com. How does the little guy get the HR products and services that till now only the big companies had? TryonWorks.com. The right size services for the little guy with the big dreams. Tryon works for you.
Hey, Detroit Lions fans. This season, Pepsi wants to know, are you fan enough to hang out with Matthew Stafford? Well, you could have your chance to prove it. Because when you pick up half-liter 8-packs of Pepsi for your game day get-together, you'll be picking up a chance to win sweet NFL prizes, like a meet and greet with your favorite QB. Just look for the Grab Gain Score on specially marked Pepsi packs today, and you'll be one step closer. Check out PepsiScore.com for more details. No purchase necessary. Internet access required. See rules at PepsiScore.com. Ends 12/30/13.
Hi, Harry Glanz for Capital Mortgage Funding. Rates are at historic lows, and they're not going down to zero. So what are you waiting for? Call 1-800-LOW-RATE and let our award-winning staff help you save money. If you're looking to purchase a new home, refinance your existing home, and you want to save money, call 1-800-LOW-RATE and take advantage of these historic low rates. That's Capital Mortgage Funding, 1-800-LOW-RATE, the best mortgage banker. Capital Mortgage Funding is a proud division of United Shore Financial Services, NMLS number 3038, Equal Housing Lender. What are you waiting for? Call 1-800-LOW-RATE.
You know what I like? Getting 30, 40, or 50% off the whole store this Friday through Sunday at Old Navy. Hay is right. Jeans, sweaters, coats, all the good stuff is 30, 40, or 50% off. Even he's excited about those prices. Hurry in. You've got just 3 days to score 30, 40, or 50% off the whole store. Friday through Sunday. Only at Old Navy. Offer valid on select styles and participating stores. While supplies last. Exclusive cards and claims.
It's the holiday season, so how about buying yourself the cut and style you want for a lot less? For a limited time, you can buy 4 haircuts for just $10 each at your neighborhood Bowerk salon. That's That's right, the 4 for 40 deal going on now at participating Borix salons. Gift yourself today at Borix.
Lions, Ravens. Kickoff Monday night at 8:40 on Lions Radio. 97.1 The Ticket.
Welcome back to the show. We broadcast till 10 o'clock. It's the Hardcore Mortgage Show, brought to you by Capital Mortgage Funding. 1-800-LOW-RATE, the best mortgage banker. If you could hear that, I'll say it again. 1-800-LOW-RATE, the best mortgage banker. Always shoot us an email also to mortgage.show@lowrateonline.com. Good morning to everyone out there. 9:16. If your clock's not working, you better get a go on it, because this snow, although there's not much, I see some of the trucks. We're only about a mile from the studio here, from the Oakland County Road Commission, where all the salt trucks are moving out. And it's not any prettier here in Southfield.
Well, but you know what happens in the first big snow of the year? People freak out. They flip out. They forget that they live in Michigan. They don't know how to drive. So there are guys like me who are just, we're rocking and rolling like it's 85 and sunny out. And there are people in our way. I mean,
I don't know if that's a good thing.
I'm not an advocate of that. I'm just saying that's just what we do.
I don't know if that's a good thing.
Sorry about that.
A couple changes, though, we wanted to discuss. Actually, the FHA loan limit here in the Tri-County area has been reduced, $271,050. Basically, you can purchase a house. So I can't do my math right now, but add 3.5% on top of that. So you're looking somewhere around $280, $283 purchase price. You can go 3.5% down, get that loan down to $271,050. That starts at the beginning of the year. If you haven't found a house yet, talk to your real estate agent about maybe getting out there. Maybe not today so much, as you're driving around 7 people.
Yeah.
But definitely get out there and find out what's available on the marketplace. Again, don't just buy to buy. See if there's something you like out there. Again, but if you have to go FHA, understand that loan limit's going to change.
I think a lot of people, unfortunately, they'd walked from a house or short sold the house a few years ago, and the only option to get back on the market right now, is FHA after 3 years from your short sale completion. And the loan limit going down by was it $20,000? I mean, is it devastating? No, not at all. But it does. It is an issue because a lot of people don't have that 20% down now. So as opposed to being able to buy for $315,000 and putting down $15,000, it does cap them, by to maybe $295-ish now. But I mean, and no, like you said, I mean, $20,000. I mean, that's quality of life. I mean, that's a lot when house-wise.
There's no question. I mean, it's a big difference. I can tell you every time I do a deal, it all comes down to pennies. You're talking $20,000 here, but most people don't want to give up $2,000.
Yeah,
so, you're talking a lot of money. It's a big price change in what you're searching for.
Yeah, Stacey and I, we're looking for, it'll be our third house, and I'm telling you, I mean, it's like you said, $1,000 here and there. I mean, are you going to lose a house over $1,000? Here, it's like the dude on Pawn Stars. He's like, am I going to lose this? I'm going to lose this this Jimi Hendrix guitar over $500? No, but you're sitting there, you're going to lose a house over $1,000 or $2,000? No, but I mean, what a pain in the butt, man. I mean, you start negotiating. Well, my bottom line is $492. Really, dude?
You have to be smart about it, and it is a seller's market out there. And as Noah indicated, there is a lack of quality inventory on the market. Houses are going right now with multiple offers. So if you get down to brass tacks and you're negotiating and you make a deal and you're comfortable with it, you're not going to lose a house over $4,000, $5,000, $6,000 because it's a quality of life issue. You're going to be in that house for a very long time. You have to understand the market. If you like the school district or you're a first time home buyer and you're moving into a house, you have to make intelligent choices. And I really believe that, you don't buy a house because you can sell it in 10 years later for a profit.
You're not buying commodities. It's not a stock. It's your
buying
house,
a house
man.
because that's where you want to live, raise your family, you love the area, you want to be close to people that you love, and it's a quality of life issue.
You could have bought almost anything here in the Tri-County area back in 07, 08, 09, but now with the prices are headed up, whereas obviously the last 2 years it's a bidding war on all the good homes. If you can't stay in the house, this isn't an investment opportunity for you. Right now, these are the families that are going to be staying there. This is a commitment as long as you can stay for a couple of years.
You got to get like that, like the whole flipping, like trying to make money. I mean, obviously you don't want to lose money on a house, but it's like my home now, and again, like as much as I'm like competitive and aggressive when it comes like business wise, like my home that I live in now, like, I proposed to my wife in front of the fireplace. Like, this is like, we put our Christmas tree up the other day. Like, dude, this is like my home. This is where I live. And it's like, we talk about like $2,000 here or there. Who cares, man? I mean, there's two types of houses on the market right now. You've got the house that really is sweet. That the people are going to demand, a high end for it. And then you've got the other one that's not sweet that people think like, I'm just going to list it and we'll see what we get. And I used the baseball analogy to Harry a couple weeks ago. Like every parent thinks their kid should be the starting pitcher. And listen, there are some kids like here. I grew up with Shane Battier, who plays for the Heat now. Yeah. Dude, that guy was throwing 85 at 12 years old. Listen, man, there are those houses that are sweet. There's the ones you deserve. But then there's guys that are throwing rainbows from the mound. Like, dude, your kid sucks and your house sucks. Like, don't just list it just because. See what we can get for it. You have a sweet house. Get a guy like Noah and sell it.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, like you said, I mean, there's not that much out there, and right now it is a seller's market, and you are getting top dollar right now for your property, and it is the time to sell. And with winter here, people get nervous. Oh, it's winter, nobody's looking, but that's not the case. This is actually the best time to sell because it's real buyers.
That's a great point, Noah. And since this is the hardcore mortgage, real estate, and business show, and why is it called hardcore? Because at Capital Mortgage Funding, what we do is we just give it to our people straight. When we're talking to our buyers and when Alex and Harvey and I pre-qualify, pre-approve people, and we're having business discussions with individuals about qualifying for a mortgage, we let them know, hey, listen, we think it's a great idea that you're looking at this house, but you can't afford it. You need to save more money. You need to put money down. It's not for you at this time, all right? Or you should look in this price range. But we give it to them straight. When you're listing a house or you have a buyer that you're driving around on a day like today, do you actually tell them, hey, listen, I don't believe that this house is for you. I don't like this house for you. I mean, are you straight up with them? I mean, are you real hardcore with the information you're giving them?
I'll give you a perfect example. The people I'm showing today, they pulled out 9 houses total. We're looking at 7. I eliminated 2 based on knowing who they are and where they want to be, that these are not what they want. And they found them themselves. And I told them, I go, we're not going to waste time because I already know, based on what we've seen in the past and where you've looked and where you want to be, this is not where it is, and we're not going to look at it.
So conversely, when you're listing a house and somebody's house isn't up to par, up to your standard as a realtor that you know that you're not going to be able to sell, what do you tell them?
I tell them exactly what they need to do. If I'm looking down and I see carpet that needs to be stretched, something simple, stretch the carpet. It costs a few bucks. It'll look a lot better because a lot of the people today who are buyers can't conceptualize. They don't see that.
Good point.
It's like, paint the wall because it's all jacked up. Paint the wall, make it look good, paint a nice neutral color, and it'll appeal to people. Maybe they'll change the paint, but when they walk in and they see it clean, that is the key. The house has to present well.
Lots of opportunities out there. I'm glad you brought that up. We'll talk a lot about that also, including FHA 203K loans. Let's start off some phone calls this morning. 248-539-9797. We got Dwayne out in Riverview. Good morning. You're live on the ticket.
Good morning. How you guys doing?
What's up, man?
Morning, Dwayne.
How's it going?
I just have a question. I have been divorced now for like 17 years, and my wife is still on my mortgage, or she's still on the house.
On the mortgage or on the deed?
Even though I got the house out of the divorce.
Right.
And I realize I have to remortgage it. Is there any way you guys can help me to where...
Yeah, of course, Dwayne. When did you buy the house? How long ago?
Oh, I've owned the house for 27 years.
So is it free and clear? There's no mortgage on it?
No, there's still a mortgage. I still owe around $7,000 on it.
$7,000?
Yes.
And you want to take your wife off of that mortgage?
Well, the only way I can, according to the court, is if I remortgage it, then but that costs money.
Dude, you're not refinancing $7,000.
Yeah, you're not going to do that. That's number one.
Here's what you're going to do. Here, contact the title company and file what's called a quit claim deed and take her off the title of the property and then pay your mortgage off.
In your divorce judgment, does it say that you got the house and that she's no longer part of it? Hello?
Yeah.
Okay, well, then you could do that. I mean, I would tell you this, that, for you to refinance for $7,000, that's not going to do anything. That's number one. Number two is if you have a document that says it's your house, you're going to keep making the payments, you're going to pay it off, and when you do, you can go ahead and you get it quick claimed off the property.
Yeah. Hey, Dwayne, we got some things we can definitely help you with, point you in the right direction. And, of course, I will offer you, if you're buried in debt, we're going to maybe talk about a debt consolidation, pull some equity out of that house. If not, we'll definitely follow up with you after the show there. And again, a lot of families out there have it written on their divorce decree that says that one spouse is entitled to the house. Right. You can then go refinance the house, get it all in your name. Now, for your folks that are underwater severely, there might be some more great news.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I'm laughing. It's like with this 17 years went by, and now you're calling and being like, oh, I got to get my ex-wife off the book.
Hey, maybe something really bothered him about that. Maybe something came up in the last 2 weeks.
Gentlemen, of course, we've had the luxury of offering HARP loans, Home Affordable Refinance Program. It's gone on since 2007. There's some talk, HARP 3.0. What does that mean to you out there? The talk is right now that we're going to be able to refinance your mortgage. You could be severely underwater, and your loan does not have to be necessarily owned by Fannie Mae or Freddie Mac. Now, that's all you other folks out there that might have got a mortgage that just wasn't bought by Fannie or Freddie. You don't qualify for now. We want you to call Capital. We'll take your name and number. We're getting a lot of families all set up so that if this program comes out, you're going to be able to take advantage of it right away. And again, as rates start to tend, probably most likely move up in 2014, sooner is going to be better than later. And we do hear a lot of talk about rates moving up in 2014.
Yeah, and that's why it's important to be associated with a great team of people. We have Noah in here, and I asked Noah the hardcore questions, and we'll get back to him after the break. But if you're with a company that doesn't know about the new programs, the new FHA limits, and they're giving you bad information, it's just not going to end up very well for you.
All right, keep it right here on the ticket. We're going to be right back. 248-539-9797. All your calls.
Steak. How I yearn for you on this morning. My mouth waters for your delectable flavor. You put a fire in my belly that can only be described as full.
So a steak and egg biscuit, right?
Start your morning with one of McDonald's steak and egg sandwiches. Made with perfectly seasoned premium steak, a tasty egg, grilled onions, melted American cheese, and served on a toasty muffin or biscuit.
Come to me, my love.
The simple joy of delicious devotion. For a limited time at participating McDonald's.
This holiday, don't forget to get something for that special someone. You know the one. Their face appears in your high school yearbook directly below your name. Yeah, you. This holiday season, treat yourself to the new McCafe White Chocolate Mocha. Savor the season with the rich, creamy, and decadently sweet flavor. Made with 100% Rainforest Alliance certified espresso. New White Chocolate Mocha. And returning this season, Peppermint Mocha. There's something for everyone to love from McCafe. At participating McDonald's for a limited time.
My friend Dave has a question.
Yeah, what's DTE Energy doing with renewables?
Just so happens I have an expert here, Louisa from DTE Energy.
Actually, Dave, DTE is committed to developing renewables here in Michigan. We're partnering with schools, businesses, and communities on solar installations to generate power.
That's great. What else are you doing?
We're taking a thoughtful approach, working in a variety of different areas to determine which technologies are most viable.
Okay. What about wind energy?
Wind is a big part of our program. DTE Energy is dedicated to wind as an ongoing way to serve customers. Did you know that soon we'll be able to power a city 6 times the size of Ann Arbor with wind energy alone?
Those wind turbines are really cool, too. Think I could get one?
Where do you live?
Nice little high-rise. Not too far from here.
I don't think so.
Well, if you have a question, just go to AskDTE.com to ask it. DTE Energy. Know your own power.
Imagine an intense adrenaline rush. You slip undetected behind the enemy, secure flight lines and valuable munitions, call in enemy airstrikes, rescue a downed pilot, or save victims of a national disaster. You are part of an elite team and among the most highly trained in the U.S. Armed Forces. You're an Air Force Special Operations Airman, and it's not science fiction. It's what we do every day. Push yourself to the limit. Log on to airforce.com.
Text messaging has a language all its own. OMG means oh my gosh. TTYL is talk to you later. And screen means you could help save a life. Text screen to 50555 and donate $10 to 97.1 The Ticket Student Heart Check Program. Your donation will pay for one student athlete to have a Beaumont Healthy Heart screening. You could help save a life, and that deserves a big THX. That's text language for things. Text screen to 50555.
Charge will appear on your wireless bill. Be deducted from your prepaid balance. Message and data rates apply.
Michigan Schools and Government Credit Union. Refinance your car and turn it into cash. Visit msgcu.org for more details.
Sports news all day, every day. This is 97.1 The
Ticket.
Brought to you by Foundation Systems of Michigan. Pistons 103-99 over Brooklyn, getting 22 points and 13 boards from Andre Drummond. Greg Monroe with 22. Red Wings and Penguins tonight right here at 97.1 The Ticket. Our broadcast begins at 6:40 as the Wings entertain the Penguins at the Joe. Jimmy Howard out for up to a month. He has an injured knee. Michigan against number 1 Arizona at 12 noon at the Chrysler Center on AM 950. At the Palace today at 4 p.m. It's number 5 Michigan State taking on Oakland University. Tigers finalize a $2.5 million one-year deal with right-hander Jabba Chamberlain. Kansas City Royals and former Tiger Omar Infante reach a 4-year deal. Colorado Rockies signed Justin Morneau to a 2-year deal. Alabama coach Nick Saban staying put with the Crimson Tide. From the 1-800-CALL-SAM studios, I'm Jeff Lesson. For more, 97.1theticket.com.
The station with the most important guest is you.
97.1 The
Welcome back to the show. We broadcast till 10 o'clock. Again, the Hardcore Mortgage Show brought to you by Capital Mortgage Funding. We have people in the office all day long. 1-800-LOW-RATE, the best mortgage banker.
Every time Jeff does the sports thing, I just want to jump in and talk about sports so bad. Like, it's like it pains me not to say things sometimes. It's like he talked about Saban signing with Alabama. I know a lot of people don't like that guy. I love Nick Saban because he just doesn't care.
And I got to ask, any fantasy football players here?
My whole life's a fantasy.
Nice call, Noah.
I tried to put it in there.
And let me reintroduce you, Noah Bishop-Cohen from over there at Real Estate 1 in West Spoonfield. Max Brook office, fantastic. He's a young gun. He's got a lineage of real estate in his blood, so definitely someone you want to talk to if you're interested in purchasing a house. We talked about sort of last night even, Noah, in a quick text, make it fun and exciting, because really purchasing a house is fun and exciting stuff, and especially if you're prepared.
Absolutely. I mean, it's one of the biggest purchases you're going to make in your life. It's supposed to be a fun process. It's not supposed to be stressful. It's not supposed to be overwhelming. It's supposed to be a good time. You're creating something in your life. It's the American dream to own a home.
But I think we have to be realistic about it too, Noah, and that's why I asked you before the break. I mean, do you give the hardcore truth to your buyers and sellers when you're out there? And for example, when somebody enters into a purchase agreement, and question I have for you is, how many sales right now are you still seeing where the appraised value hasn't caught up with the sale price? And when that happens, do you prep your buyers and say, hey, look, I'm going to tell you something. It's a nice house. It's great. We're getting it for a great price, but it might appraise a little bit lower than the sale price. How do you prepare your buyers for that?
That's a good question. I would tell you right off the bat right now, appraisals have definitely caught up, I think, for the most part, to purchase values. We've made a major jump. I mean, if you asked me that question 6-8 months ago, I would have probably said, forget about it.
The good news is it's 33 minutes into the show. He's answered every question perfectly. He's a great guy. But that in some areas, no, I got to tell you something. We're still seeing appraised values come in under purchase prices. Yeah, we are.
Maybe I've had good luck then in the past.
Because the area you're in, it's a hot area. And I just want to focus on the fact that, you're a young guy. I've known your mom for years. Your mom and I started in the real estate business probably about the same time. Only she's probably a lot younger than me, but I'll give her that compliment. I've known her for a long time, and the area that you're in, it's a hot area. But we're still seeing some time. So what happens is when you have some buyers out there, are they prepared to put down a little bit more money?
And I would say, yeah, and I can tell you on both sides as a buyer and a seller where, I have my sellers who, are pricing them, we're pricing them high, and we had that issue. And buyers were competing. Again, this is where the market was so competitive that buyers were waiving appraisal contingencies.
Yeah.
Or they're saying if the appraisal, or if I had a buyer and said, you need to be aggressive on this property. If you want it, you need to put this in an addendum that states the property will come in within 5% of the purchase value. Yeah. And that would make it a little more aggressive so they are aware that if it doesn't appraise, they got the cash to bring it to close the deal.
Yeah, in our world, in the real estate and mortgage world, disclosure. If you're disclosing these kinds of things to your prospective buyers, sellers, and to ultimately our borrower, when you disclose up front, there's a limited chance that it's going to be, set up for failure. We're looking to set people up for success.
That you guys brought up is one, about, the Harry, said, giving your buyers, the hardcore, the hardcore advice. And the cool thing is, and you mentioned also, it's supposed to be fun, and it's like, obviously, our firm's a business, but it's like it's very family oriented, and the crew of people that I work with, it's very when you say hardcore, like they'll tell me flat out, Stacy and I found a house and we loved it, and I do a lot with Scout Real Estate in downtown Rail Oak, and the guys that own it, Dan and Josh, they're like, dude, you can't buy this house. And this, these are guys, like, these are like my friends. And I'm telling you, like, I want to spend X on a house. So you're telling me, like, you're basically leaving money on the table by telling me, dude, don't buy this house, man.
I mean, and again, like you said, I mean, it's very family oriented. I mean, you create a relationship with these people. You learn who these people are. You spend time with their family. You create a great relationship that's going to last a long time because, like I can tell you, I'm not going anywhere. I'm going to be selling real estate in 30 plus years.
Yeah, it's like,
you learn who those people are.
It's like I say to people, I'm like, dude, I want to see you. Like, I'm not some jackass out of California telling you, I can beat the rate by an eighth of a point. Don't tell me how low your rate is. Stop. It's junk. I don't want to hear it, man. I want to see you like at a Tigers game, and be like, hey, Nafusi, what's up? Like, and meet your wife and meet my wife. I mean, and say what's up.
I can't tell you how many times.
What a low rate, this, that, whatever. I mean, junk.
Well, overall, people respect that. They want that. They want you to go ahead and let them know, and they want the hardcore truth. And we found that out and used that one word, Noah, that was key to building our business, still is, and it's key to building your business, and that's called relationships. And you can never underscore the importance enough of a relationship that you have with somebody. And when you're developing relationships, the way you do it, one of the ways you do it is that you're telling people the truth. You're telling them the truth about giving them business advice, about real estate advice, about mortgage advice. And you know what? I got to be honest with you. Sometimes people don't want to hear the truth, but by and large, it works.
248-539-9797. We have some open lines.
That was some deep stuff.
No, I know you want to comment on that. Yeah.
No. I was just going to say, we were talking about relationships and you were talking about Tigers games. I mean, it's like I saw a lot of houses around here. Half the people I sell houses to, I see at dinner. I'm at the gas station pumping my gas. No, I love the house.
Sure.
It's just gratifying things that people say, and it makes me happy, and that's why I love doing what I do.
I worked with your mom on a purchase for my buddy Steve Kives, and it was a great deal, like total, like absolute riot and laughing. And this guy, he's complete. I think I've told this story before. Complete meathead. We're at the closing. He's talking about like for whatever reason it came up that he bet me he kick a 50-yard field goal.
Oh,
no,
I'm like, there's no way you can kick a 50-yard field goal, dude. I think we might have been.
Do it?
We might have been at Mount Chalet. Maybe it wasn't the closing. There's some beer involved. So we're like, so we go up to Seaholm. I knew I was in trouble when he opened his trunk and had a bag of footballs and the tee, like the practice tee.
I love it.
He smoked it. It would have been good for 55.
I love it.
You should try out for the Lions.
That's what he said. He's like, I want to be a kick for the Lions.
Little factual information. New construction has been gangbusters this year. Again, we talked about it, that they're starting to develop subdivisions. The smaller builders are even back in the game. The bigger builders, they're going after the big subdivisions. You see it all over the place. Dig holes, build houses. It's going to be up, they say, predicting. Moody's economists estimate those originations, 25% increase on the new construction side moving forward to 2014. It's definitely going to be up around here. There's plenty of new construction going on right now. And we see some of the older houses getting knocked down. There's a lot of that resurgence of knocking down the smaller homes and rebuilding something that fits into the community. So a lot of cool stuff out there. You can apply and get any mortgage that you need to get. Understand the right mortgage for the right situation. Capital Mortgage Funding, 1-800-LOW-RATE. You can get any type of mortgage. It could be an FHA 203K, a zero-down VA loan. We've seen some tremendous opportunities for a lot of our veterans out there. And if you are a veteran and you haven't used your eligibility, be sure to call Capital Mortgage at 1-800-LOW-RATE or give us a call here on the show at 248-539-9797. Alex, still the best loan out there, I think.
What? Zero down?
What's wrong with that?
Yeah, zero down, no PMI. I mean, it's a great product. Absolutely. I mean, and I love taking care of the veterans, man. I really do. It's those guys are the guys that allow us to do what we do. So obviously, we take care of them, like 10 times over. You mentioned, though, the new construction. I love the new construction. I know, you do a lot, like you said, more in Franklin, so it's the older, people like that, the older homes. And like Royal Oak, Berkeley, Birmingham, which is where I do a lot of my business. Dude, those people, it's one of the things, like, there's nothing worse than the guy that bought the house, Jim Bob that bought the house in 1960 for $15,000, and he's the only dude that hasn't fixed his house. I love when they come in and knock those down, man.
And it's common. Royal Oak right now has a ton of builders buying up those old bungalows, ripping them down, and building up nice two-story colonials, just like little Birmingham houses. And it's a great thing for the, community.
Last week we had a builder on, and Noah, your age group, group, Alex, your age group, and Harvey and I'll will
pretty sure
admit
Noah's
it.
way younger
I
than
think
me,
it's
but-
I think it's the baby boomers that wrecked it for a lot of people. New construction now and the rehabs, the houses, they're not these 4,000, 5,000, 6,000 square foot houses anymore. The McMansions. What they're doing is they're about 2,500, 22, 25, 2,800. But you know what? They're maxing them out. Okay, like you said, granite, great bathrooms, great
Top to bottom.
kitchens, 15 big screens. Again, it's a quality of life issue, and I think people are getting smarter. And I hope people have learned from the previous generation not to go ahead and be married to a house payment.
Right.
I think I'm a very conservative person. I'm never going to be married to a house payment. Never advise people to be married to a house payment. So, that thing
Which,
is...
by the way, that's one of the greatest things you ever taught me. I mean, I started working at Capital just out of Michigan State. I was 22. And Glenn's set me down. He's all right, bro, here's what we're going to do.
Got to save money.
We have to
put,
it was good.
Take money from your check, put it aside, invest in your 401k, do all the right things because guess what? Noah, 30 years goes by really quickly. And without any money in the bank, it's not cool. All right? But bottom line is people are getting smarter. They're learning from the previous generation, and they don't need to have all that debt. But you want to have that great quality of life. You want to go out every Saturday night. You want to go out for nice dinners. You want to go to Tiger games.
Such a good
And you
point,
want to live in
man.
a nice house.
Yeah,
and you can do
absolutely.
everything if you don't get crazy.
We found a house station that we really loved, and we sat down and talked about it around the numbers. I'm like, dude, when we're laying on the couch on Wednesday and don't feel like cooking, they're like, well, let's go out. And you have a payment like that, and you're worried about, you can't do the things you want to do.
Nah,
All right, we're up against a quick break here. Right when we come back, all of your phone calls, 248-539-9797.
At the Earhart BMW Happier New Year sales event, get the 2014 320X Drive from $299 per month for 36 months with $2,750 down. With the largest selection in Earhart's exclusive privilege program, visit Earhart BMW Bloomfield Hills, Farmington Hills, EarhartBMW.com.
This is Andre Drummond, Detroit basketball player. I don't have to tell you how important basketball is to me. So when it comes to an eye doctor, I see Dr. Combati at the Lake Laser Eye Center. He takes care of all my vision needs, like glasses and contacts, so I can see great on the basketball court. I've also learned that he's one of the best eye surgeons in Michigan if you ever decide you want to get help getting rid of your glasses or contacts. In fact, he told me he doesn't even use a blade when he does LASIK. It's all laser. I trust my eyes to Dr. Combati. And I like him so much, I told my mom to go see him. Dr. Combati and the Lake Laser Eye Center are #1 in eye care. Lake Laser Eye Center, where you will see and believe.
Dr. Combati and the Lake Laser Eye Center, with 2 locations in Clinton Township and Novi. Lake Laser Eye Center, where you will see and believe. Call 877-UC-MORE. That's 877, the letters USEEMORE. Or go to UCMore.com. Call 877-UC-MORE. Or go to UCMore.com.
Get in the zone. A knocking engine would stop most men like an all-you-can-eat buffet, but not you. You always head to AutoZone for the parts and advice you need to do the job right. After that, the buffet is fair game.
Now at AutoZone, save on Lucas Complete Fuel Treatment. Buy 2 5 1/4 ounce bottles and get a third free.
Get in the zone.
See store for restrictions and details.
Attention, teachers, nurses, government employees, police officers, and firefighters. If you're struggling to pay student loans, then your entire student loan can be forgiven. You heard correctly. Broadsword Student Advantage has free information on how you can potentially have the remaining balance of your student loan debt completely forgiven. We can help anyone with student loans potentially cut their payments in half. Call now for free information. 800-798-1205. 800-798-1205. 800-798-1205.
This year, I'm making a snowman on everyone's front lawn.
Great! They'll go perfectly with the hand-carved ice sculptures I'm making for everyone.
It's called fun-upsmanship.
I just baked you a fresh batch of holiday cookies. Enjoy!
Oh, I will. With a glass of this delicious imported Scandinavian reindeer milk I just got for you.
The annual holiday contest of anything you can do, I can do funner.
And did you notice I scraped all the snow off your car windshield?
I did! And did you notice I installed an automatic starter and defroster in your car?
And this season, there's only one way to settle it.
I also bought you some holiday instants.
They're just what I wanted.
They're just what I wanted, too.
Holiday instant games from the Michigan Lottery. $500,000 Riches, Silver Bell Bucks, Golden Gift, and Oh Dear. They're fun to give, fun to get, and you can win up to $500,000. So this season, fun up your holidays. You shouldn't have.
No, you shouldn't have.
Oh, no. With Holiday Instants from the Michigan Lottery.
Happy holidays. Right back at ya.
We're giving away $20,000 in free instants with the Give the Gift giveaway. Visit MichiganLottery.com for details.
The Home Depot has a special buy on Ryobi One Plus combo kits for only $99, but they won't last long. So let's give some bonus gifts. Surprise your tool lover with an 18-volt drill, 2 lithium-ion batteries, and a charger. Plus a reciprocating or circular saw. They're going to need a bigger stocking. Let's do this. With your choice of Ryobi One Plus combo kits for only $99. More saving, more doing. That's the power of the Home Depot. U.S. only while supplies last. See store for details.
Monday from 5:30 to 7:30. Meet the 97.1 The Ticket Street Team at the grand opening of the new Dave & Buster's, now open in Livonia. Grab your friends and head to the only place where you can eat, drink, play, and watch sports. More at 971theticket.com. If you're going to the Red Wings game Tuesday, stop by the concourse by the Gordy House at you and meet the street team and the Ticket Chicks. They'll be there from 6 till puck drop. For tickets, call 313-471-7575 or go to DetroitRedWings.com.
Building a world-class sports station in a world-class sports city.
97.1 The Ticket.
The show we broadcast again till 10 o'clock. It's the Hardcore Mortgage Show brought to you by Capital Mortgage Funding. 1-800-LOW-RATE, the best mortgage banker. We want to thank all of our people that have called in this year in 2013 and all of our clients out there. Sort of our chance to give a little thank you back. And if you know anybody that's going to be purchasing a house or thinking about refinancing, needs some help financially, be sure to have them call Capital 1-800-LOW-RATE. Have some professional people take a look at their stuff and get them set up for success in 2014. Easy for me to say, definitely.
You're doing great, man.
Thank you very much. Let's go to a call out there. We've got Chris out in Ann Arbor. Hey, Chris, thanks for joining us. Go ahead.
Hey, I own an old property from when I got remarried, and it's been a while ago. It was a fixer-upper. It's a nice house. I was fixing it when I got remarried, and it so happened that 2 years after, so we had the housing bubble. So I had a lot of real estate people I talked to, and nobody was very helpful. They apparently wanted to make a huge buck. So I got very discouraged, and I still own the house.
What do you mean?
Right now,
time
I would just like to sell it the way it is. I got building materials to finish what's in it, and I don't know what way to turn. I just want that off. I want that burden gone.
Chris, let me jump real quick. What do you mean they want to make a huge profit?
Some of the real estate people, because they thought they couldn't get anything out of it, they didn't want bothered. I'm not kidding.
What do you want to sell the house for? How much?
I would like to just pay my mortgage off, which probably $35,000 would get rid of the whole thing.
Where in Ann Arbor is your house?
It's not in Ann Arbor. It's in Wayne, Michigan.
Okay.
So what'd you buy the house for? How much?
$64,500.
And you paid it all the way down to $35,000?
It's actually lower than that, but I'll have fees on top of it, I'm sure.
I mean, you just got to get it listed. Is it listed right now?
No. I need to have somebody look at it and give me advice.
You need somebody. You need somebody to take a look at it that is familiar with that area. That's an expert in that area. You've got to go somebody extremely familiar with that area.
Here's my thought on how we can fix it up, Chris. Is that there's a product that our firm offers called an FHA 203K, and it's basically a rehabilitation loan. And we can buy the house. We can get what's called a cost consultant out there. And, they can go through it and say, we're going to do the kitchen and do that. And I think we market the home properly. And Jeff Simmons, our marketing guy, is actually in the studio with us now. We can market it properly for you and put a listing ticket together. And Noah, jump in if you think so.
No,
we tell people how to buy it and how to finance it.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, that sounds like a great idea. Obviously, you already said that you have everything you need to make the job complete, correct?
Yes, I have just about everything that's needed to finish it.
What stopped you from completing it?
Well, I have to work, and my son is autistic, so I don't have I have the ability to fix it. I just don't have the time anymore, and I'm getting sick a lot more.
Okay.
Chris, no worries at all. Let me call after the show. We'll sit down. We'll put a plan together for you, and we'll take care of it. I'll put you in touch with Noah. I'll put you in touch with Jeff Simmons, our marketing guy, and we'll get it off your books. No worries at all.
Okay.
Cool. Thanks, Chris.
A lot. You have my phone number, right?
I got it. No worries at all. All right,
okay,
thanks.
and I got Capital One's phone number, too.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
No worries.
All right. We got some open lines.
Can I
here.
say Merry Christmas to her? I don't know if it's like
can say
Mary.
that.
Yeah,
Say it.
absolutely.
Merry Christmas.
It's all
We'll
good.
take care of it, man. You know, it's like I do. And that's when the people, and you guys know how mad I get sometimes when people go, "Oh, I bought a house and I had to walk from it." No, you didn't. And here's a woman. I mean, she's got an autistic child, and she's grinding through it. She's not walking from it. She wants to sell it. I am more than happy to sit down with her. I don't care if she owes $10,000 on it. I'll do it just because.
New qualified mortgage ratios are out there. No, thanks, Alex. I appreciate that. Definitely, if you're out there trying to purchase a house, we talk about the ratios again. They're not as lenient as they once were. Starting here, really in mid-January, we've already adopted it, and we see lenders across the United States have adopted it. No, there's no doubt having better qualified buyers, responsible buyers, are going to build strength in our communities, and that's what you want. That's what you want your neighbors to be. You want them to have money so that they can even afford a garbage can for that matter, so you're not going out and picking up their stuff every day. Lots of little things that have been going on over the last couple of years have really improved the housing or the economic, even in our areas across the counties.
Yeah, no, you're totally right.
All right, we're going to continue some calls.
You want to jump to this one?
Yeah, we'll try Sam out there. Hey,
Sam, what's up, man?
Hey, guys. How you doing?
Good.
Sam, what's up?
Good. I just had a question. If you guys have heard of Physician Tailored Mortgages, there's a couple national lenders that advertise for doctor mortgages with 0% down, no PMI. And I was wondering if you've heard of them, if they're legit, and if there's anybody local that does them.
Yeah, they definitely are. I've heard of them. They're just the problem with that. And Sam, are you a doctor?
My wife is.
So here's the thing with doctors. Doctors as a whole, and this again is obviously my opinion. Doctors as a whole, people target because they make money, and especially like some financial advisors that want to get into a hospital and they want to present to all the doctors because they have money. And a lot of it, Sam, is it's just marketing BS. You know, they call it a physician's loan.
Hey, Sam, I would tell you this: that if you have the guidelines on the loan program that your wife and you have been offered by somebody, if you're running by our office, we'll give you, again, we call it the hardcore truth. We'll give you the advice and we'll let you know if that's a real situation or not. Yeah, the thing is with physician loans, it's just another loan where a servicer of a loan, it's either going to be a bank that's probably offering this program to you, that they have a way that they can keep the loan in-house and service the loan, which isn't a bad thing, but you have to take a look at rates.
Yeah, but what they
and you
do,
have to take a look at costs.
If you look at some of those physicians' loans,
I'm pretty familiar with them.
Thanks. They'll tie it to you personally too. They'll want to lean your wife's income.
I'd like to know. I want to see what the loan offer, the program offer to you is, and then we can kind of walk through it. But yes, there are actual legitimate ones that are offered by primary banks that can service that loan. If that's your question.
Okay.
I'd like some information.
That does them?
Yeah, I'd like to hear. Well, I'd like to hear about it. So. Yeah, I want to hear if you have any money to put down, those kind of things. So there could be a better. Don't get locked into one program. There could be a better situation. You could have options, and having as many options as you possibly can is going to be more advantageous to you in the negotiating process.
For sure.
Okay.
Cool. Thanks, Sam.
Good.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Thanks for the call. Again, 248-539-9797 or call Capital Mortgage at 1-800-LOW-RATE, the best mortgage banker. Want to throw out the email. We answer all emails, mortgage.show@lowrateonline.com. A lot of potential sellers out there have been watching this run up in prices. And that's a great thing because with the lack of inventory, Noah, there's no doubt that we're going to want to see more and more families out there say, you know what, now is the time. Early spring, let's get a jump on. Let's get our house on the market.
Yeah, again, rates are still low. So, there's no question it's still the time to buy while you still can. And with values still going up like they are, I mean, this year you got to look, we went up about 12% across the board on average in Oakland County. That's crazy.
If you sell your house and get a little bit more money, then, of course, the house you're going to buy is probably going to be a little bit more money. So if you're buying up, it always seems to, work out for you.
It does. It works out that way. And, again, we're still going to see appreciation next year as well. Probably not as much as we did in 13. But, again, you're still going to see probably somewhere around 6 to 8% is what, we're calling for.
I will take that every year.
Where else can you get an investment like that?
Well, I don't know.
A lot of places.
Bad Ponzi
You know what I'm
scheme.
saying? Ponzi scheme.
A bad Ponzi scheme, right? Is there a good Ponzi scheme?
I don't think so.
Okay, thank you.
Is that an oxymoron?
Yeah, exactly. A bad Ponzi scheme.
248-539-9797. I want to throw out there a whole bunch of things because the world of mortgages are consistently changing. We've got some new programs out there, including another program, 10% down, no escrow account. So I wanted to throw that program out there, too. I got a whole bunch of reminders on some of these new programs. Lots of different ways you can keep the money in your pocket. And again, maybe just not even setting up that escrow account, down leaves you a few extra dollars at the closing table that you can use for buying furniture, fixing up the home, and doing all the things that you were thinking about doing. Again, the house, no one might not have a deck, but if you save $5,000, you can build yourself a deck come springtime.
A very nice one at that.
248-539-9797. Let's go to Glenn out in Walled Lake. Good morning, Glenn. You're live on the ticket.
Hi, how you guys doing?
Good. What's
morning,
up?
Glenn.
How's it going?
Good. So I bought a house 2 years ago for $20,000 in Commerce, and I sold it. It's in the process of being sold. I'm sorry. And after it's sold, all said and done, I will have $25,000 left over.
Perfect.
That's a nice down payment.
I don't have a lot of credit, which is a problem. I mean, I have credit. It's like a 580.
That's a problem.
That's the problem.
Yes, it is.
Okay.
So my father-in-law lives in Canada. Now, is there any way that he could get a loan to the States with my name on it to help me get a house for for that year that I'll need to fix my credit,
Well,
and then
what-
I can take over
He could
that
give you a
loan?
bunch of loonies. You could pay cash for it.
Why don't we do this? Yeah. Why don't we do this? Why don't we try to fix your credit? Why don't we try to boost your credit score? Why don't we do
How
that?
long would that take usually?
Well, Alex,
I mean, I'll have all the money to fix it right away.
Glenn, here's what we're going to do, man. Let me call after the show. I want to run your credit. We have some great software I can run your credit report through, and it'll tell me what you have to pay off or pay down and what the impact it's going to have on your credit score. We got to get you to a 640. I mean, do you pay your bills on time? Why is it low? Why is it a 580?
I got a lot of hospital bills going on.
It's just
and
collections.
I got a couple of credit cards. My total debt for bad credit is $4,500.
All right, man. Let me do this. I'll call after the show. We'll take a look at
We'll take
everything
care
for
of
you.
that.
It might we'll do it in the spring. It might take me a couple months to fix it, but I'll take care of you, man. No worries at all.
Okay.
All
Awesome.
right,
I
Glenn.
appreciate it, guys.
No worries. Later.
Gentlemen, definitely the fastest hour in radio. It's been another wonderful year. I want to again thank all our listeners for listening. It's the Hardcore Mortgage Show brought to you by Capital Mortgage Funding. Call Capital all day long, all week long at 1-800-LOW-RATE.
Great year. Merry Christmas. Happy
Yeah,
holidays. you
happy
guys.
New Year to everybody.
Love you
We'll
guys,
see you
man.
in
Big
January,
family.
right?
We want to thank Noah
thank
Bishop
you.
Cohen for coming in this morning.
Thank
Noah,
you. It's a
great
pleasure,
job.
guys.
All right,
Thanks
we'll
for
get him
having
back
me.
here in 2014. We got Pat Caputo coming up with sports. The University of Michigan taking on Arizona Wildcats at noon. Keep it here, sports. Oh, that one's a great one. Michigan State, go to the Palace and check out them playing OU this afternoon. All right, keep it here on the ticket. We'll see you next year.
97.1 The Ticket.
The all-new GMC Sierra had to stand above the competition, so we designed an engine combining 3 technologies to offer the most fuel-efficient gas V8 to ever power a pickup. Featuring variable valve timing, direct injection, and active fuel management, the EcoTech 3 engine delivers power when you need it, economy when you don't. The all-new GMC Sierra. Incredible thinking in the form of a truck. GMC, the official vehicle of the NFL. Based on an available 5.3-liter V8 with two-wheel drive. EPA estimated MPG 16 city, 23 highway.
Hi, this is Mike Tirico, and I'd like to invite you to join us for the Monday Night Football Tour engineered by GMC. We'll be at Great Lakes Crossing.